Hello guys, welcome to my channel. My name is HIMANSHU Goyal. I hope all of you are doing fine. Today on 22nd of February, I completed with my GE-PI and WAT process for one of the most premier institutions of India, which is SIBM Pune, right? So it was a great experience, and this time it was online due to COVID. And I thought of sharing my experience regarding it before you, so that all of you can get a know-how of the process and the things which they ask and look for. So let's begin. All the three things: WAT, which is writing ability test, and GE, which is group exercise, and PI, which is personal interview, held today itself. And my slot was in afternoon. This is one of the picture from the meeting. And as we all know, Symbiosis Group is famous for their student-driven culture and their systematic process. In the Zoom app, they made various breakout rooms for us, where we were transferred to our respective panels during the process systematically. Let's come to that. So first we had our WAT, which is writing ability test, and where we had to keep our camera on and type the WAT, which is writing ability test, on the SIBM portal. In that, we had to frame a story in 12 minutes. The premise or topic for our story was this, that you are given one extra hour in a day of 24 hour, and your work-life balance has been drastically affected due to lockdown. Frame a story on this. What I did is that I framed the story on these aspects, and in the story, I showed that my work life balance has been affected and I am unable to cope with my work due to lockdown, and work from home thing is getting in my head, and my health is getting affected of it, and because of which the stress and anxiety is getting built in my head, and the mental and physical health is getting affected. And I said that if I will get uh, 1 more hour in a day, then I'll make sure I'll utilize that hour in some fitness activities like yoga, and will do some meditation to cope myself with the stress and become more productive. I told the benefits of doing it and how it helps in the overall development, whether physically or mentally. Right. That was in short what I wrote in my WAT. Uh, and In 12 minutes, you can maximum write 100 words maximum, if you are very good in typing, right? I wrote around 80 to 90 words, right? Coming to my GE experience, which is group exercise. It was one of the most different and interesting things I came across until now in my journey. In this, we had two panelists and eight participants, including me, right? It carried on for more than 20 minutes. And in this, we were given four images and four text. The four images and four text were of this, as you can see on the screen, right? Uh, we had to attain 600 points from them, and from these text and pictures, we had to form a story. From these text and picture, we had to form a story, and we had to choose two text or two pictures. And uh, first we were given 2 minutes for thinking, and after that each of us were given 45 seconds to elaborate our points, and why we choose that text and that picture. And uh, we had to basically elaborate it and frame a story. After that, all of us eight, we as a team, we were given 7 minutes to decide which pictures and text we choose as a team, and then we had to together frame a story on it and present it to the panelist. So just wait a minute. So the pictures and text were as following, and after that, coming to my intro, what I choose to say in my intro of 45 seconds is that due to lockdown and COVID, we have realized the benefits of Ayurvedic and herbal product, which is a text, right? They worked as shield for us, which is a picture. and for our health, and these things gave us the required vitamins and minerals for our body. I also said about how these products can help in our government initiative of Atmanirbhar Bharat or Self Reliance India, and how they can work as USP of India in the Western world, where we can export these products and increase our GDP through it, because herbal, organic things, and yoga and exercise, which was a picture in the that part, group exercise part, are very popular there, and there is a huge demand for it. And if we can capitalize on that demand, we can definitely see growing India, as depicted in the last picture of the uh, picture thing, right? This is India map where India is going. So my intro was basically revolved around this. So after individual intro got over, the eight of us gave our introduction and why we chose this and that. We all had a decent discussion of 7 minutes, and we as a group of eight reached to a story by working as a team, which is basically impossible in an exercise like this. But we did that, and we depicted our story in front of the panelist, right? So that was all about my group exercise experience, and it was one of the most interesting experience I had, and also the different. So coming to my personal interview part, uh, what I have heard back then from others, and that SIBM and Symbiosis interviews doesn't go more on grilling part, and they doesn't grill their participants much, and they take easy peasy interviews compared to other institutions. And I myself observed that thing. And so basically in the interview there were two panelists, one female and one male, both in their 30s. In start they gave me a case study. They both were SIBM alumni. I came to know about that in the end of the interview. So let's wait for the end part. So they in the starting they gave me a case study which is shocking. And the case study was this. You can pause the video and read that if you want to. So what I said in this is that as customers had to wait to get a place to sit, increasing the number of employees would not be a fruitful exercise, right? So instead of it, uh, we should look first towards whether they can increase seats through concepts like outside view, terrace view, and garden kind of thing, which happens in today's cafe, and we see around us in cafes, and which will be very attractive at the first part, and also will be a cost effective thing. And if that isn't feasible for the cafe, they should open a new outlet for the customers, so that they will not have to wait, and they will get accommodated there easily. So that was about my case study. And they said okay, the panelists said okay, and then they said to tell them something about myself which is not written in my CV. So I told them about two to three things from these, and we had after that we had a discussion on meditation. Then they asked me why this course and college. The other questions were basically revolved around the HR questions. So they asked me why this course and college. I elaborated it. After that, they asked me why we should select you. I told it also by giving them reasons. Then the male panelist asked me about which specialization. I told him this also. Okay, so after that, we had a discussion on advertisement after the specialization, but we had a discussion on advertisement where they asked my favorite advertisement in the recent past. I told them about the Facebook ad which came in lockdown about a Pooja Didi. Is one of the ad that inspired me and motivated me, and one of the good ad in the recent past. I told them about it, and they said okay. And after that they said, Himanshu, do you have any questions? So interview got basically over, and they said, Himanshu, do you have any questions, right? So I was waiting for that part because I was prepared for asking them questions. So what I asked, that sir, considering my different background, in case I make it to the institution, how should I prepare myself from now only for the journey ahead? Then they smiled and said, "We are ourselves alumni of the college, and we did our MBA way back when campus was at different locations." So this is how they elaborated some part of their story, and they said they were SIBM alumni, the alumni of old campus batch, right? So, and then they said that you should ask this question to the panel coordinator and the students out there who are conducting the process, and they will be able to describe it in a better way. So I said okay, and then they greeted me and I greeted them also, and then I filled a feedback form and it got over. So there was also a process feedback in which I had to give the feedback to the about the process. So that's how it got over. So that was all about my WAT group exercise and personal interview part. So that was it from my side, and thank you for bearing it with me. And if anyone has any queries, the floor is all yours. Now in the comment down below, you can comment and ask your queries. So thank you.